guys, welcome back to WiseKracks. Jon Orlando and I here at the beautiful Westgate SuperBook. Jesus, where else are we going to do a show, John?
It's perfect, right?
Wow, this place is so cool. It's a little bit slow now. It's nice. They just told us they're having reduced juice. I had no idea. I just got a text from someone here. I did not know that they were going to have reduced juice on the NBA. 107 NBA sides, 105 in the finals. So that means 105 juice. Laying 105 instead of 110, unbelievable. Westgate's the only one I know of that does 105 on the finals.
Now, does that change your betting amounts because of that?
You could do that. Let's say you wanted to bet, $500, and now you're only betting, 525. Yeah, you can put the extra 25 and you can bet, 520 or whatever. You're going to win the same. I'm sorry, win more, but laying the same juice. So, yeah. So, John. This past week, I got a new phone. I haven't had a new phone in years and years. I'm not really one of those guys that gets a brand new phone all the time. Like I had like an iPhone 11.
That shocks me because I feel like you are very tech savvy.
iPad's 4 years old, phone's 5 years old.
Really?
Yeah. Yet if my wife wants something or if someone,
But your whole business is this iPad and this phone.
I don't like the downloading, hoping the apps come back. Hoping my music, I can't get back right now. Right now, I'm having a problem where if I go to the old iPhone, all the music's on there, all my millions and millions of songs, artists. Actually, no, they went off.
This is the old one?
That's the old one. I had a million things on there.
Okay, it's not on that?
They discontinued it, so I don't know. I got to go back to the store now because I'm pissed off.
Sometimes it takes a long time to populate. Sometimes it takes...
It's not populating.
No?
This is the old one. I belong to some Apple Music shakedown thing where you pay. Used to be $5 a month, now it's $11 a month, and you get all the songs, from them, but you have to pay that money forever. So it's not a good deal.
So you just call it the Apple Music shakedown.
Yeah, it's a shakedown. But there's another shakedown too.
What's that?
I go to the store. I think I showed you my email. I went to the store.
Yeah.
And it says, up to $2,000 you get towards your iPhone and your iPad. And I go there, of course they want to sell you the most old Fugazi iPhone and iPad that's there. And it still wound up costing me a couple $1,000. Just so I hate it.
Then they want to
sell you. They wanted to sell me Netflix. Oh, do you have Netflix? Yes, I do. We could save you $7 a month. I said, okay to that. Next thing, you have cable? Yes, I do. We could save you. I said, that's it. No more selling me anything. It's like buying a used car. You get rusted and dusted. Rust-proof and undercoating. I just couldn't take it. So just now, we go to breakfast, John and I, a couple other guys. It's just, sometimes casinos, you have to make sure everything is right and done like you said. In other words, I had a $100 comp. I said, use the comp towards the bill. And instead, they took the points off the bill after I told the waitress, and it's not her fault. I still gave her a 30% tip. I didn't care. She was nice. Yeah, great lady.
She was.
But, things just don't go right for people. You ever go to the casino, you get a comp room, you go to the desk, here you are, can't find your reservation.
Yeah.
Things just don't go right. It's why you really should get I'm not a reservation number guy. I got a comp from the host, thank you, bye.
Right.
But you really should get a reservation number.
Yep.
But then again, like I always said on never on our show, I think other shows, you get a comp room for somebody. First of all, they're texting me in May for a room in October. Just call me in September.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
It's too far out.
But my wife wants the confirmation. She wants, Jack, Joe, Pete, Phil. If you want a confirmation number, just go to Expedia.
Right.
You don't get no confirmation number here. You get Bill Krackomberger's word. You have a comp room at the effing Win. Whatever.
Right.
Like, all right, well, I don't think I'm going to do it. My wife doesn't. She wants a number. Okay, good.
Yeah. People don't get it.
People don't get it.
They don't get it.
But things just don't go right, and I understand.
Yeah.
I don't mean to start out with all these.
I love
rants.
it. No, I like the smoke. I like it.
A little salty.
I like it.
Bartenders.
Yes.
Some of these bartenders are just jerk-offs.
Yeah.
They usually don't curse. Sorry.
Jerk-offs isn't cursing.
I don't think that's really cursing.
No.
We'll call them jack-offs. All right. But, I want 2 bottles of water. I'm not referring to even here. I'm just saying in general.
Sure.
Matter of fact, it happened at one of my favorite casinos. So I grabbed 2 hot dogs.
Yep.
From the hot dog cart. Go over to the bar, which is real close by. I want to order a diet soda. Like diet soda will help at this time in my life. Anyway, to get a diet soda. If you can't make fun of yourself, who can you make fun of? So get a diet soda. I could open for your father.
Yeah.
So I got a diet soda. I want to get a diet soda. There's no one at the bar. It's a little bartender running around, just looks at me, and one's by me. I said, okay, maybe he's going to do something. He's going to BS with the waitress. Like, what am I sitting here for? Now I find out a little bit more. They don't like guys that bring. And by the way, I had a $5 bill in my hand for the bartender.
Right.
They don't like guys that are eating hot dogs at the bar, at the video poker bar.
Wait, why?
Because they leave a mess.
Come on.
That's what I heard. I found out after. I don't care. Do your job.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm tipping.
Right.
You know, $5 for a soda, and that's what I was giving them. I might have snagged a bottle of water when I left, and I'm gonna play as I'm. By the way, they have good douches there, so I'm gonna play too at the same time. I got so mad at this bartender. I said, buddy, you see me, right? He said, yeah, I see you.
Come on, he said it like that?
That's what he said.
Oh no.
I said, well, what are you doing? So now you can't.
That's not gonna work.
I'm gonna jump all over.
I know you are.
But I'm not one of the guys that go and rat them out.
Right.
I'm not part of rat moves. I don't do that. I know everyone there, by the way.
Right.
Up to the senior people. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk to, buddy, you see me here? He goes, yeah, I just had to make a drink for I watched him. He made no drink. He's totally lying.
Right.
Now I know someone there. I found out later. This guy doesn't like serving anyone that wants brings food to the grill, to the bar. All right, well then maybe you should. There's plenty of ditch digging jobs too around the country.
Do we show up with like a bunch of people and just have a picnic right there at the bar?
Yeah, the guy's just. And you know, how about I wanted 2 bottles of water from Bartender, and I had 2 drink comps.
Yeah.
And automatically they get mad at you when they see drink tickets. They don't want to even give you because people don't give no tip.
Right.
Listen, there's no more dollars. I'm not that I'm a big shot.
Right.
$5 is not. I mean, that's the going rate for a drink today.
Right.
There's no dollars no more. My father and your father were giving dollars in the 70s.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What were they giving a valet and the
$1
wages?
no
$1.
good. Yeah.
There's no more $1 for
At
a
least
drink.
3.
Yeah, 3. 3 is a good number.
At least 3. But
I'm giving them $5 for 2 bottles of water and it's my drink ticket. And they were the guy's just oblivious. When they see drink comps, they get so mad.
Right.
You know what I mean? These are, they're used to hearing everyone's problems and they have their own problems. But that's what you're there for.
Right.
You know what I mean? Anyway, I don't know. Do you have no problem with that kind of stuff?
No, I can't stand it.
Oh, okay.
I can't stand it.
Because
that hot dog thing would have put me over the edge.
The hot dog thing, yeah, the guy won't
For sure.
go.
That would have put me over the edge. There's nothing worse than when you feel invisible.
Yeah.
In the service industry,
yes.
right? When you're.
And I'm not one that should be invisible.
It's a tipping-based job. You're gonna tip, and you feel invisible is irritating.
I got one for you.
Go.
You don't know about this one. So, I don't know what upsets me more. Someone that says, "Oh my God, there's a great new mob series on TV. You got to watch that."
Which there is.
And it's terrible.
Wait, are you talking about the Tom Hardy one?
Is it Mobland?
Yes, I turned it off.
That's what I'm saying.
I turned it off.
Like 3 people
and
told me it
people
was
are
great.
raving about it on Facebook to the point where I think, did I get this wrong?
I turned it off.
Do I need to go back?
Now, maybe I should give it more of a chance. But I don't know what pisses me off more. Someone that says it's a great new mob series and it's terrible, or someone that says, you got to try this new pizza in town, it's great. And you go there and you're like, what?
Right.
Now, to be fair, there is a guy that's in Manhattan. His name is Scars. Scars Pizza, and I've been there in Manhattan, like in the Lower East Side, packed, places lined up.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting, I left.
Yeah.
Came back a second time, finally got in, and the pizza was great.
Really?
Really good in Manhattan. He just opened the location here at the Venetian. Now, I didn't try it yet.
Oh, really?
Just opened up. Yeah, well, supposedly.
Is it on the Venetian side or the Palazzo side? Do you know?
Guess what?
Don't know.
There's 2 different places at the Venetian Palazzo that because the other guy said, hey, did you ever try this other one? It's an Italian name. Sorry, I don't know it. Maybe someone of fans at home can tell us what it is. There's another one at the opposite one. So wherever Scars is, there's another one at the other place. That's another pizza place supposed to be great.
When can we go?
Yeah,
I want to go with
I know.
While we're talking about pizza real quick,
go ahead.
I got to bring back an oldie but a goodie.
Sure.
I'm at a birthday party with Vanessa last week, and we get there, and there's no food, really. There's a taco truck, but that's not going to cut it for me.
Yeah.
So I get on the phone, and I call our buddy Ryan over at IDK Pizza,
Ooh.
which I hadn't had in a while. And we've
Yeah.
been talking about a lot of pizza lately.
Yeah.
He sends over 6 pizzas. I forgot how good IDK Pizza is.
I'll be the first one to say it. I don't know why I don't go there anymore. I just...
Because you moved.
It's out of the way.
It's not in your neighborhood anymore.
Did he bring over Sicilian?
We had both.
His Sicilian pizza that they make there.
I'm a regular
so
sausage
good.
guy, traditional round sausage.
So his round sausage is good too?
So good.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
it's
IDK,
the actual sausage that's so good.
IDK Pizza is really good in town here. Definitely, Ryan, I owe him a phone call.
I like that.
So, do you know anything? This is a touchy subject. You know anything what's going on with Bruno Mars, one of your guys that you love?
So, just what I've heard, these rumors that he's working off a debt. Is this true? Is this really
you
true?
Actually do know.
Is that really true?
Of course it is, John.
But to the dollar amount that there's...
This guy's on videos on social media years ago showing how easy it is to play roulette. The worst game in the casino.
But Bill, the numbers I'm hearing...
5.26%.
It's like $50 million or something
You don't
crazy.
remember when he's showing videos? I won $3 million today. Yeah, all his boys and his entourage in the background. You knew this had to end bad for him.
Wow.
It had to end bad for him. I'm not going to get too much involved saying the numbers, but you're not too far off from what I heard. I heard he's working off his debts. And I personally know he owed someone a lot of money.
Really?
A good, hefty 6 figures. And it took him 6 months, but he paid him. So
That's really sad. He is a nice guy. I met him one time.
I'm not trying to make fun of anybody.
No, I know, yeah.
Either. All I'm saying is,
it
Bruno,
speaks to...
You know, I wouldn't even put this stuff out there if you weren't on your social media showing these kids that look up to you how easy it is to gamble. You're hurting everybody, and now including yourself. So
yeah, it's tough. You know, it speaks to how addicting some of the table games or sports betting, anything related to gambling.
Anything.
And you can really bury yourself.
You can bury yourself. Guys, heritagesports.eu, been around 30 years. Unbelievable place still. 100% free play sign-up bonus. I'm looking on their app now. 100% free play sign-up bonus still. 50% on reloads. I know it's not football season, but they offer a lot of futures and stuff. I've been betting a lot of futures. I bet some stuff here today. I bet, I bet Purdy to be MVP right in back of us at 35-1. You know, it's not that it's oh my God, it's a lock win, but it just shouldn't be 35-1. I didn't think. But anyway, they offer a lot of the futures there. Bitcoin insurance, the 100% free play thing, it can't go on forever. I'll tell you why I say that. They have reduced juice on major sports, so they're having 108 juice. That is the bonus. It is 108 juice. So to have a sign-up bonus where you could send money and get the reduced juice, heritagesports.eu, been around a long time. What do you got?
I want to piggyback on that, on a parlay. So you see the comments. Some of our listeners are kind of hard on me.
Yeah, they should be.
Which I don't mind.
No, I'm glad. That's why you're a great co-host.
So I want to go on record with a parlay for today. It's actually, the games are in progress right now.
Well,
but
I
want
can't go in progress.
No. Look, I want you to read.
9:44 a.m.
Okay.
So it's 3 hours ago. It's 12:44.
Okay, so 3 hours ago, what did I give my buddy?
Rockies +1. You're picking the Rockies?
Yep.
Wow.
Keep going.
The A's. You're picking some ugly teams.
The A's, but minus 1.5.
Minus 1.5, and the Tigers.
Yeah. Okay,
John, you're not one of those guys that's going to talk about a past post now that the games are going on, are you?
What do you mean? Come on, you see the timestamps.
But you can't tell the people at that home now. It's already over.
No, I know they can't bet it. They can't bet it. What I'm saying is, they could just track it. By the time they see this tomorrow, they'll already have the results. Have fun with me in the comments. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on a minute.
Go ahead.
I want to know if these games went off yet.
So the A's are currently playing. They're leading 2-0.
That's what I want to know.
In the second inning.
That's why we're talking about this.
The Rockies are scoreless. In the bottom of the
top of the fourth.
Oh, Phillies just scored.
Oh, the Phillies just scored.
I'm not
worried.
Already
he's joning everybody.
I'm not worried. And Tigers have yet to go.
Detroit Tigers.
It's 2 dogs and a favorite.
Okay.
It's gonna cash, Bill.
All right.
We'll see you in the comments. I can't wait for this.
That's actually pretty funny, though.
Like that?
Because you know you're going to get buried.
I'm not going to get buried.
You want to.
Well, here's what they say. Oh, yeah, you gave it out. The games were in progress, but you saw the timestamp. You just read it.
All right.
Yes?
That's a nice picture of Vanessa.
You like that?
Yeah. Sorry. Can't be showing me this stuff on live. All right, so I got to do this. Even though I talked about this earlier on VSiN, I got to talk about it again now.
Yeah.
The Dodgers were swept at home this weekend.
Dude.
They were swept.
What is going on?
Swept at home by the Angels.
It's crazy.
Listen, here's why I say it. I was on a former show called Action on Showtime.
Sure.
Action had a con man on there that would sell games.
Yeah.
And he part of his sales pitch was, I'm 80%.
Right.
Well, and he probably was 80%. He would sell the series.
With
In other
his
words,
system.
He would sell the Dodgers game 1,
right.
$100. If that game loses, 1 unit profit, you win. Over. If they lost, you say, okay, you laid $235 on game 1 for $100 to win $100. Now you have to recoup the $235 and another $100, $335. You got to lay 2 to 1 again.
Yep.
Now, again, if you lose that one, now you got to lay 280 or whatever it is in the next game.
Yep.
You're losing 40 units. 40 units of play,
right?
Just to say you were 80% on their, okay. Right. So now you're 42-1,
right?
And you have to break even,
right?
That's what you need to break even,
right?
We're only 6 weeks in,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
your bankroll can't sustain that.
It happened this weekend,
yeah,
with the Dodgers at home, and all these. He's not the only one. There's other con men out there. Listen, I sell games. I sell legit syndicate games. We win. Yeah. And so it's up on Wager Talk, by the way.
Yeah.
That's what
and you don't try to con people and tell them that you are 110-2 in the baseball season. I mean, it's impossible.
Never.
No one can do that.
Never. I don't even talk about what I've done. Like, the last 3 days I'm 5-1. The last 6 days I'm 10-2. No.
Right.
I want to know what I did for the year. I know what happens. I've never had a losing quarter, which means I never had a losing year.
Yep.
I know what happens by the end of the year. Like I always say, you're welcome to ask John Murray right here.
And there's times you've come on the show and you have said,
I
had a horrible week. I've heard you say it multiple times.
I'm terrible how I talk about that. I have my guys that I'm partners with and stuff. They say, Bill, what are you doing?
Right.
Why do you talk about your loss? Talk about your wins too. Like I'll be real blunt. I just came off a sick 2-week run at baseball. I'm not really a good self-promoter, but at least today I got to talk about it.
But I think that's why people get into your corner, and that's why people like to support you, your fans and stuff, because they know you're transparent. They know what they're getting. You're not ever going to overhype or anything like that to try to make some extra money.
And you have to be nice to people, too. Like, walking in here, I met someone this morning at my VSiN show, 3 people, 1 person before the show, 3 after. You can be nice to everyone. You want to share something with them, little tidbit, little nugget. I give out some unbelievable knowledge on baseball this morning. I'm sorry, on some different sports and just skill sets in general. The Knicks game was sick. Yeah, did you watch the game?
I actually watched the game.
You watched the game, JH? That was a sick game.
Yeah.
Sick game, sick ending.
Crazy.
So I actually, here, they had -4, -07 here, which was a great line. And it was a really good line compared to the closing line, 4.5, even a couple 5s out there. But I want to tell you, though, NBA sides are so hard to beat. I've been around some of the sharpest syndicates in the world. I don't know anyone that bets NBA sides, especially playoff time. It's just so tough to win.
The score
that really
fluctuates like crazy.
That had to be one of the worst. If you're betting the money line on that game, it's one of the worst beats of the year, of your life, maybe.
Yeah.
Up by like
14 it was in the bag.
3 minutes. Oh, God. It was in the bag. So anyway, I was talking about those people. And, there's a saying that I really like and I live by. That's why you got to be nice to everybody. I've learned that people will forget sometimes what you said. They'll forget what you even did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. So
totally.
I asked them about them. Like, where are you from? What do you do?
Right.
I work at CostCo 36 years. I was like, 36 years? Has Costco been around 36 years? I didn't realize they were a Price Club before. Like
right.
I didn't know all that. I didn't know that.
Do you remember Price Club, though?
I do remember hearing about it. But by the way, you can't send me to a Costco. Like, I'm not joking. Yesterday, it's amazing I mentioned Costco. Yesterday, I want to show you the wife. Yesterday, just yesterday, my wife yesterday says, "Can you go?" By the way, my wife's like she wants things on sale.
Yeah.
She's smarter than me. So can you get? I take cinnamon every day. Get the Sinsulin and get this lotion. So that and the lotion. The lotion's body cream. You can't send me to a store because
you won't get just those 2 items.
I get everything. So
you're pushing a cart
she wanted
by yourself
2 things, and I said, by the way, the reason why I was going there, I wanted to they have good prosciutto di Parma from Italy. I think it's really good. It's like $12. It's so good. Literally a third of the price of some of these rip-off delis. So I go there, and I get 4 of these. She only asked for 1. I get 4. I said, well, listen, if they're on sale, get 4 of them. I'm always an EV guy. My brain works that way. Give me 4 of these. Give me 4 of the lotions. So now I go over to the prosciutto. I grab one of the prosciuttos, and the lady's doing samples. Now, I'm not really a sample guy.
I was going to ask if you were a sample guy.
Not really a sample guy.
Really? I would have thought you were.
Who has time for sample? But anyway, they're doing imported. It's right by the prosciutto. It's a cheese. It's an Italian cheese. It's flown in every couple of days from Naples. That's all you got to tell me is something's flown in. I don't even want to taste it. Just give me the bag to take home. So I taste it. Very good. I was just going to buy some burrata too. So I said, let me take the
burrata.
Well, they have burrata there. It's excellent for real cheap. It's half the price of any store. So I had the burrata. Now I wasn't there for that. It's in my visual. Grab the burrata, grab the prosciutto. Now she gives me that bag. It's another $18. I said, wow, this is really good, this little thing. Those sample things, I'm bad. Because if I like something, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
It's like, where's this at? They should keep it right next to them. Like the lady, they had a chicken salad there.
Right.
The lady's giving little samples of chicken salad. Like it's a little tiny little thing, this big. I get the chicken salad, and she goes, oh, it's way over there. You can go get it. So I get the 2 minutes. What do you think at the end? It's like I spent $400. I was like,
And you went there for 2 items.
2 items, $400. Yeah. So it's just you can't send me there. But anyway, that was something with the guy.
That's funny.
All right, bartenders. Did I go after the bartenders yet?
You did.
And I don't mean
you want to do it again?
And I'm not saying all bartenders.
I know.
I'm not saying that. And
it's
they're hard working. And you want to know something? Got to be a tough job, John. People smoke. Imagine working at one of those bars where people smoke. I couldn't take it. People won't smoke at you. It's a tough.
It is, but it's like, and I get it. Everyone has bad days.
Yeah.
But if you are in the service industry and you are in a tip-based job, you got to shake it off, whatever's going on outside of work, and you got to just focus like you're in sales, man. Like that is your time to help you make your money, and you're not going to do it with a sour face.
Let's get to John's industry, the poker industry.
Yes.
This guy in Houston.
This is a crazy story. I didn't know it until you were at breakfast. You went over this.
He shoots and kills his parents, goes to the poker room, and plays poker for like days. I mean, this is in Houston.
5 days, right?
And I say, John, how do these poker rooms are legal in Texas now? I don't really realize that. I guess they're not playing with money at the table. Maybe someone in the comments will explain to us these poker rooms. Cause I think like Johnny Chan had a room there. Who's the other guy? Doug Polk?
Doug Polk has the lodge. But that's I feel like that's just a normal, like if you walked into any card room. I've never been there, but I'm pretty sure there's chips on the table.
No cash though. Can you have cash on the table?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. But anyway, this guy, he killed his parents, went and played poker, nothing out of the ordinary.
He got arrested at the table.
Yeah. You read this, and it's not really a story that I'm not trying to say I'm trying to show only bad stuff.
Yeah.
I read it and I was taken back from it a little bit. God, it's just these things you read on some of these sites. So, New York City, another one. New York City has casino bid, Manhattan's East Side public. This is if New York City gets one of these casinos. Oh my God!
Major.
If they get one of these casinos, you might as well just close Atlantic City up.
100%.
Just close it up because
100%.
I know Atlantic City's still busy.
Yeah.
Still gets tons of visitors, and Atlantic City's making a fortune, and I mean a fortune. They're making on
sports,
online gambling.
Right.
Believe it or not, John. It's the online gambling, not the sports. It's the online casino games.
Oh, like even playing like blackjack and slots and stuff on.
Absolutely are killing.
I don't understand how anyone would do it. Would you ever play like serious blackjack?
Here's why I would.
You would.
You asked me. I wasn't planning to say this. So, if they have the live deal, I know the Golden Nugget.
Oh, okay.
Has live dealers.
Right.
So if they have live dealers, just think about it. I'm not trying to say you can count cards, but you can probably get away with counting some cards without anyone knowing that you're even there. You're playing under an assumed name.
Interesting.
And they're really showing a real live dealer.
Right.
If I had, I think you could.
That's interesting.
But then again, I know a friend of mine was just like backed off from the Golden Nugget. They had their games of the year up, which means you could bet every single week. You could bet their NFL schedule came up. they have like 4 or 5 games a week they put up the line on.
Yep.
Like not just the first week, it's week 10, week 15. He bet $250 a game at the kiosk, which was their max bet. And they wanted to put him in jail. They wanted to put him in Atlantic County jail.
Really?
They said $100 is all you could bet. What are you doing? Like it's like it's ridiculous. Don't put him up then. I mean, he's betting $250 a game. But that's not just to pick on Golden Nugget.
Right.
That's in general.
Right.
If you're gonna put up games of the year, be prepared to have the games and people bet them. Why put them up?
Yeah.
You know. Are you trying to think? You're from the West Coast, though. A lot of my East Coast guys are going to know this. Did you ever hear of Crazy Eddie's?
Of course, the TV place. Of course.
That was the East Coast.
So remember,
were you in jail back then?
No, but we talked about this the other day off camera. My mom's started after my mom got divorced from my dad.
Yeah.
She started dating Al Sapienza from The Sopranos.
Oh yeah.
And he's from New York, and he used to always tell me about Crazy
Sopranos,
Eddie.
He's been around a million things.
Yeah, and he would tell me about Crazy Eddie when I was like 12 years old because the
Prices
commercials were so funny. Yeah, and then we had a West Coast version of Crazy Eddie named Crazy Gideon.
Oh really?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if Crazy Gideon wind up in jail like Crazy Eddie.
I don't know.
Crazy Eddie went to jail for like 7 years or something.
Really?
Like that. So his nephew.
Yeah.
Speaking of this, since you said it, his nephew, Eddie Antar, the nephew, lost $25 million. $25 million online.
Come on.
In New Jersey.
Come on.
Yes.
On slots.
$25 million. He lost $5 million in 16 days.
Wait.
Yes, yes.
How?
Correct.
Why?
Correct.
Why?
And on Monday, a Third Circuit panel agreed, emphasizing that New Jersey and the rest of the country have uniformly rejected imposing a duty of care on casinos over problem gamblers. Of course, I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all. This is just, if you read some of these responses of this, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that you don't realize that someone's losing this kind of money on an online site. Come on. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But this is, matter of fact, but like I said, Eddie himself had a lot of problems. This is his nephew. I think Eddie died a couple years ago, that Crazy Eddie, actually.
Wow.
But he had tons, like 90 stores. And the prices were better than it was like, what's the big Best Buy? Best Buy's the big store.
Yeah.
They were like way before Best Buy, way before like Circuit City. Their prices were great.
Yeah.
But anyway, situation. I seen this story online, and I couldn't believe this guy lost this kind of money online gambling. I was like, oh my God! And the courts. Well, who are they going to agree with? Little Joe Public, the little guy, or are they going to agree with giant corporation? Yeah, well, you should control your own limits, and you control. The guy lost $16 million, I said, in 5 days. Come on, who has that kind of money?
Yeah.
You got to work billions to do that, which of course he wasn't. All right, let's talk about WagerWire. This is a
good one.
This is a sick bet. This is sick. Guy bet $25 to win $114,000.
I mean, say that again for everyone.
He bet.
$25 to win $114,000.
Our man JH is going to show this.
It's a 4-leg parlay.
$25 to win $114,000. By the way, Dodgers to win the World Series, check, win. Phillies to win the Super Bowl, check, win. And that was the long shot, by the way, 13-1. Dodgers were plus 330. Edmonton to win the Stanley Cup plus 240. Oklahoma City to win the 2025 NBA Finals minus 250. Oklahoma City, I definitely agree with that. I don't know about Edmonton now. They're down 1-0 in the first year. I really don't follow hockey too good.
Yeah.
But just to let you know, the website itself had a cash out offer at $13,000 for this $25. Now, if you look over on WagerWire, the WagerWire profit, $24,029. So that's a little bit of a difference between the $13,000. And now, I understand, you said something before we went on air that, well, I'll just let it go a little bit longer. If you're betting $25, don't forget, this guy's betting a 4,575 to 1 shot. That's what it breaks down to be. He's only betting $25. The 20,000 plus is a lot of money to him. I right at the beginning, I say, wow, you got to take the money from WagerWire. But then again, why are you betting it? You said
why make the bet?
Why make the bet?
Why do you make the bet?
With a chance to hedge?
Now, that can be a strategy. I mean, so for example, like I have, you've heard me last year, I said, Reds to win the World Series and the Royals to win the World Series.
Yes.
If you remember last year, they were big long shots. And I didn't necessarily think the Royals were going to win it all, but my thought was the Royals will end up playing the Dodgers. You can't bet the Dodgers because they're plus 300 or whatever. So now you've got a monster hedge.
Yep.
That is different than this, I think. I mean, maybe he was thinking it the same way.
Yeah.
But maybe he was thinking, well, I'll have a good cash out opportunity.
Yeah.
But to me, you made the bet, 25 bucks, I get it. 13 grand is a lot of money, 24 grand is a lot of money. I feel like if you cashed out, and you ended up winning that bet, that might haunt you forever.
I don't know.
You might chase that. You might feel like you just lost
24,000 compared to 114.
90 grand or 100 grand.
You know, our guy Matt that sends me these, he said this ticket is the perfect case study of why selling on the secondary market is by far the best option if you don't want to ride out the bet. Yes, this particular market over on WagerWire compared to cashing. Listen, I'm never going to tell someone to cash out on the buyout offer on. If you you can make a straight bet. It doesn't have to be a parlay. You can make a straight bet on any NBA game or something. You can cash out. You're offered to cash out. Maybe a little bit of profit. Maybe a little bit of negative. You can take a loss. The only time I'll do the cash out option from the website that I betted on is if I know something they don't know. The weather is in effect, a big injury, something that's not in their algorithm of just the game. That's the only times I'll ever cash out. I'm not a cash out guy. So
you wouldn't take it?
I got to tell you something. I'm more leaning to take it. Yeah, I'm more leaning to, only because it's $25. Now you're going like 600 times X your offer. You know what I mean?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's easy to sit here and just go, let it ride. But
it's like almost 10 times your 10X.
Yeah.
10,000. Yeah, it's ridiculous. 10,000.
I guess it also depends. What are you going to do with the money? Like, if you cashed out and the money is making a huge. Well, I mean, that's big money. Of course, it's going to make a huge difference in your life. But like, where are you at? What do you need? What's your current situation?
Right.
But maybe this is your time to this is your moment to let it ride and get the 100K. Let's go.
Yeah. Go back to Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Atlantic City had 6 million. Oh, I know. John and I were there together.
I actually was pleasantly surprised, to be honest, because I hadn't been there in 20 years when I went with you.
Sure.
So it was night and day better than it used to be in my eyes.
You're right.
Ocean.
The Ocean Casino was nice.
Looked amazing.
The sportsbook is totally different now, but they are nice. Ocean Casino's nice. Let me tell you, I think Hard Rock's a great casino on the boardwalk, Ocean, but I still feel safer over at the Borgata and Harris over on the Marina. That's where I like to go. If I was to go there and bring my family there, or some older, my parents were alive, I would make sure they go over there. I just feel that there's not a lot of hustlers and stuff over there.
Right.
But Atlantic City has 6 million fewer visitors than it did 15 years ago. But people, like I said, they're gambling online. So I want to tell you guys that number, and I didn't get to tell you that. How about this? This is unbelievable. The first quarter of the year, online casino gambling. Online. Now, this is sports and casino. 562 million. This is only. I'm sorry. 562 million was from the online gambling. 328 million from sportsbook. This is almost $1 billion in one quarter. So you can see 97%. 97% of the sports betting revenue is being generated on the internet now. That's the reason why retail operations are closing in Atlantic City.
Right.
Everyone's betting on the internet. Why hire a full staff?
Right.
And they can monitor it more. That's what they feel. So, pretty crazy though, man. And gambling is just, it's out of control. Listen, I know, I get it. I sell games. I'm not trying to not promote gambling. I just try to do it safe and responsible. I had a note on my phone. I don't know if I even put it on there. I have an old note on my phone about literally, here it is. I have a guy that sends me weekly, that's okay, that's not it. Anyway, I have a guy that told me, hey, Bill, my son is away at school and he's having a little bit of problem gambling. I said, what? He said, yeah, I thought it was harmless. I didn't talk about this morning on my other show. I wanted to, because this is real important. It's every college in America has a gambling problem. Yeah. Every college in America there's a gambling problem. I don't care what they say, what school it is. It's just so sociable, so fashionable now.
It's
He
fun.
literally texted me and wanted me to talk to him.
Yeah.
And I told him about Vegas and how I moved here and how it's even tough for everyone. Everyone wants to move here and say,
yeah.
Vegas. I want to move. I love it. You know, they don't realize that there's a local economy here.
Right.
And a lot of them are gamblers, and always what happens? They move back. They move away.
Right.
They think it's going to be the greatest here, and it is for a lot of reasons.
It's so enticing to think like some of my financial problems just for the day, for the week, for the month can be solved if the A's and the Royals
and that's closet gambling. We're betting on apps. We're betting. It is. But
and it's so easy with pushing a button compared to pulling out your wallet, touching the cash and handing it to someone.
Without a doubt.
When it's a button,
and you could like they could fund some of the things on credit cards now. The big sites are funded on credit cards, or funded on your bank card. You're not touching the money. They're touch and feel the money.
I just went down yesterday. So for World Series this year, if you are coming to Vegas for World Series of Poker, you have to download the WSOP Plus app.
Okay.
It's free.
Yep.
You have to go to the cage at Paris, which is where the Paris Horseshoe.
Yeah.
You have to go to the main cage, and you have to verify your account, give your ID, show your player card, and then you can put money in there, and you will pay all on an app this year. There's no more lines for poker tournaments at WSOP. This is really amazing because now that GG Poker bought WSOP last year.
Okay.
Are you aware of all that?
No.
Yeah.
No, I heard of GG Poker.
Yeah, so they bought WSOP for like $500 million or something like that.
Okay.
End of last year. And so now you don't have to stand in line anymore. The lines for WSOP are insane. I get lucky because I barely qualify every year for Diamond.
Right.
So I get to go to my own Diamonds line, which is less of a line.
Okay.
But the lines, you can be in line for 2 hours registering.
Really?
For tournaments.
I just did a search for funding poker tournaments. So you're telling me
that you don't have
to stand online anymore?
No, you'll have to go. You got to download WSOP, and so normally you'd have a ticket. So when you'd go to you stand in line. You'd say, I want to do the $1,000 senior event, right?
Yeah.
You'd give them the $1,000. They give you your ticket. One's a receipt for you. One you give the dealer the copy of the receipt, right? You did this when you played in the World Series. You go to the table, you give the dealer your receipt. Okay. Now you won't have that paper receipt anymore. You'll just have your app.
Wow.
And she'll just scan your app.
So now it's easier than because those lines were ridiculous.
Yeah. What made me think of that was you said credit card. So you can also put a credit card. You can link your WSOP account to a credit card now. You're going to pay a little extra. You are going to pay a little extra.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's if you're using a card. You could fund the account with cash or chips also. Okay. At the cage.
So you could just put the cage.
Yeah.
Put money in the cage.
Give them $3,000 or whatever your buy-ins are gonna, whatever you think they're gonna be for the year or for the for the series.
All right, guys. Listen, we've covered a lot of things. We'll see you guys next week on WiseKracks.